All right, the game is now officially over. Celtics victorious game one of their series with the Orlando Magic with a final score of 103 to 86. This game was very, very competitive for the first couple of quarters. In fact, the first half it went like this: Celtics up by 8 after one, and then the Magic not only erased the lead but went out and got ahead at halftime. And things were looking pretty good for the Magic. And then in the third quarter, the Celtics just really put the clamps on the Magic, outscoring the Magic 30 to 18 in the third frame. And in the fourth quarter, the Magic just couldn't conjure up the offense. And actually, that was a problem throughout the game. If you think about it, the Magic scored 18 in the first quarter, 18 in the third, and 19 in the fourth. And they ended up losing by a final score of 103 to 86. The Celtics shot better from the field, 45% to 42% for the Magic. They shot better from three, 43%, while the Magic shot 37%. They're a little more aggressive, getting to the hole and attacking the rim. You look at the paint points; they were pretty even, but the Celtics, took more free throws, and rebounding advantage slightly in favor of the Celtics overall. But offensive glass, the Magic were very effective. So when I'm looking at this game, I see the Celtics just played better defensively. It just really boiled down to that. For 3 quarters, the Celtics really put the clamps on the Magic. They had a hard time producing points. So what we'll do is we'll take a look at some of the scoring output from some of the players within the game itself, and it kind of tells the story. So for the Magic, Paolo Banchero was fantastic. 36 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, and a block. Got to take care of the ball a little bit better. He had 4 turnovers, but he was very productive, and he played most of the game. 42 minutes logged. Franz Wagner was basically his partner in crime, 23 points. But that was it. Nobody else in double figures. In fact, nobody else even close. Wendell Carter Jr., 4 points in 28 minutes. Corey Joseph, 0 points in 26 minutes. KCP, 6 points in 35 minutes. It's just not going to get it done. Jonathan Isaac, 7 points off the bench. Really not much else to celebrate. So their offense just wasn't there. And then the Celtics had much more balance and got much more from the surrounding, players around Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum, 17 points on 8 of 22 shooting. Nothing spectacular there. He was actually a poor shooter this game overall. 1 of 8 from 3. He did have 14 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, and a block. 0 turnovers. Kristaps Porzingis, nothing great. 5 points in 26 minutes. 1 of 8 from the field. Not good. Not good at all. Drew Holiday, 9 points in 33 minutes. Derek White was fantastic. 30 points in 36 minutes of action. He shot the ball really well. 7 of 12 from 3. And defensively, he's very good. He's key part of that defense. Jaylen Brown, 16 points of 6 of 14 shooting. Looked decent. I know there were a lot of concerns about his health. And then off the bench, the 6th man of the year in all likelihood, Peyton Pritchard, 19 points off the bench, 6 of 8 from the field, 4 of 6 from 3, throwing in 3 assists. I think what we saw here in Game 1 is probably what we expected. I think the reason why I say this is what we expected is we expected the Celtics to hold down home court. They've got the horses. The Celtics are defending champions. The Celtics have a lot of talent within their starting 5. I think their bench can be very good, to excellent at times, and they've really carried the team throughout the season. But this is going to be a tough series for the Magic. It's going to be really hard. I expect Game 2 to go a little bit better for the Magic in terms of consistency. I think they'll make some adjustments from an offensive standpoint. Guys just got to shoot better. We saw the same thing with Boston, with the Magic against Boston, as we saw with the Pacers and the Bucks, where the supporting guys just really didn't do much, right? It was basically Paolo and Franz and not much else. They're just going to have to be able to do a little bit more. Those 2 guys can't beat these Celtics, not a team that's this stacked. All right, we'll see what happens when we get to Game 2. We'll see the adjustments that Orlando makes, see if they can pull off the upset in Game 2. But my expectation is that this series is, I think at best, probably a 5-game series out of respect for the talented Orlando Magic and their top players. It's just going to be hard to overcome. The Celtics are just that good. It's a very good defensive team with excellent talent offensively. It's a daunting task. Very, very hard matchup for the Orlando Magic. Anyways, tell me what you guys saw and what you thought of the game and how you think things are going to go in Game 2, what kind of adjustments can be made, and what you think the outcome for the rest of the series is going to be. Let me know. Drop me a comment. Like, share, subscribe. Check out some more videos from the channel, and we'll see you guys soon on the next one.